Hello and welcome to our Canadian studio. We're gonna be talking about a very special upgrade for our Canadian Cat 10 today. Well, some may want to call it a downgrade, but I'm gonna prove to you that this will be a real improvement for my bike, for how it works and how it's better in terms of the maintenance. So this is our Canadian Cat 10. I bought it on Shimano 105 components. It is the 2015 model, and I was not happy with the way the shifting goes on this bike. So I think that the internal cable routing is not the best quality. It's changed for Canada Cat 12 already. So that's one of the reasons I don't like the internal cable routing anyway. But the shifting on 105s was just not good. So I decided to find a reason for that. Oh, these want to tell us something. That's why I have changed my 105 shifters into the newest Ultegra 6800 shifters, and I thought that the shifting will be better because many people say 105 shifting is just great, but Ultegra is even better. So my 105 shifting was poor, and with Ultegra was, well, still poor. So then I decided to change the cables because the cables were it's stupid design for this coating on the new Shimano cables. And then it turned out that I have to unwrap my handlebar both for changing the shifting cables and the braking cables. Then I said to myself, that's enough. I've been having some old Sora components. I've been having some old Campagnolo was just super cool. I was riding Toyagra, I was riding old 6500 Ultegra, and it was great. Why do I have so many problems with these expensive components? That's why when we've purchased this BH Global Concept bike, you've seen it on my other videos, on this Ultegra components, these components, I decided to make upgrade. And this video will be a short comparison of those two. These are the 2010 6600 Ultegra shifters, and these are 2014 6800 shifters. By the way, if you want to see the symbol and what kind of model you have, you just take the hood off a little bit just on the back, and then you can see some small signs here. Shimano ST, it's the shifters 6800. It's much better to be reading on these ones, much larger, ST-6600. So we know what kind of models are we talking about. What has changed during those 4 or 5 years in the Shimano Ultegra shifters, Shimano Ultegra components? If we just look at them, we have to say that 6800 looks cooler. Yes, I would say these looks cooler. These are more compact. These look just larger, but they aren't so much larger, really. If you're gonna be thinking about weight penalty for my bike, let's just see how much in terms of the weight I'm gonna lose or gain for my bicycle. Let's just weigh the 6800s. The scale shows 422 grams, so it's 425 what Shimano say, so it's just fine. Let's just say 422. And these two will have 600 will have 450. So we have 28 grams difference between, let's just take the scale off the table. Right, we have 28 grams difference between both shifters, 6800 and 6600. So it's not that much. And what's the difference in terms of the ergonomics and the look and how they work and maybe the maintenance? Let's just start with the look. As I said, these 6800s do look cool. The compact look is just nice, and design is also fine. We have the carbon fiber lever here. This one is the aluminum one, so that's also the difference in terms of the materials. But then remember also, if you crash on the bike, the carbon fiber levers would be one of the first parts on your bike to be broken. These aluminum ones, you can just see on this one, for example, how durable these are. So this is plus for the alloy. Of course, these are lighter, but it is not so much difference in terms of the weight. so just have that in mind. Ergonomics. Let's look at the hoods, because we do love riding on the hoods, and this is actually the default position when we are riding on our bike for our hands. As you can see, the newest 6800 have the wider hoods here, and there is not so much shaping. I would say these are quite flat, quite straightforward. These 6600 have some shaping, and in my opinion this shaping does make my hands feel better on the hoods, even though if I'm grasping the hoods just here, like half of my palm would be on the handlebar and half on the hood. These wider hoods here give my hands better support here. But then these are made for those who love so-called high on the hoods position. So if you're gonna be grasping your hoods just like this, these will be just awesome to be just grasp just like I'm showing you, or for the right hand, something like this. I'm loving this position with my elbows bent and my aerodynamic position on the hoods, not on the drops. It's no longer possible on these hoods, because these are, you will see here, these are shorter. These don't go as high as the 6600, and as you can see, we have more of the flat surface here for supporting our hands, which is not so good for the 6800s. So these are compact. I would say these will be better for small hands, but when riding on the hoods, I would actually say we have two different positions on these hoods and just one default on these ones. And in this one, these are very, very comfortable. Lever. The braking lever is better on 6800. It's wider here, and if you are grasping it from the hood, it's very, very easy to feel them. I mean, these are not bad, and we are not braking all the time, but if you are riding many kilometers in some mountains and you are braking a lot, you will feel the difference between the newer and the older type. I mean, this is 6600, there is also 6700 in between of those two generations, so this is actually 3 generations apart. So we've got the hoods, we've got the levers. Now this is also the shifting lever. This one won't give that much of support for your fingers when you are upshifting. And also the other shifting lever, this one here, is also improved for 6800. So I must say that in terms of the shifting, it will be easier with your fingers to find and hit the lever on the 6800 rather than on the 6600. We could say that the lever on the 6800 is almost twice as large as on the 6600. So it's a big plus, big improvement for these ones. Now, in terms of the maintenance and durability, I already said that the alloy lever will be more durable. It's much more tough than this one here. And then the cable routing. Of course, the braking cables will go in the same direction, and the housing will go under the hood to your handlebar and will make some 90% degree curve. But the shifting lever is completely different, because this one has the internal cable routing, so the shifting and braking lever will both go under your bar tape, and this one will just go externally. Some people say it doesn't look that good, it isn't so aerodynamic. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. What matters for me is the maintenance. I'm gonna be riding my Cannondale a lot. I'm gonna be riding this bike in different weather conditions, and I want to have quick access to my shifting cable, because the braking cable, I'm not changing them so often. I don't know whether I'll be able to push the cable through the housing on this I wasn't able to push the cable, the braking cable through the housing without unwrapping the bar with this. But the shifting cable is just made external, and I'm very happy with that. When we look at the shifting mechanism on both shifters, we can see that the mechanism for 6800 is actually here inside, like inside the shifter, inside just under the hood, and here everything opens up, so all the mechanisms are just here, and this is just the cover, the hood, and the structure, the construction of the hood. So that's it. How do we put the braking cable? For the 6600, you have to go through this little cable stop that is mobile. It will move, as you can see here. So the cable will go through this cable stop, and then you just push it through and it goes just like this. So the cable does take a curve, but there is very nicely done part of the shifter that makes the cable slide through the shifter and go right to the housing. This is very comfortable. The other one here is different. You have to go through this little hole and then find your way for the cable to go, and there is nothing like a slide for your cable there. So what you want to do, usually you would just go first through this little hole like this, and then try to find your way out to the housing, which is possible. Now it's easier. But then one thing you have to be very careful about is not to break, not to bend your cable. But there is one other method which I would recommend. It's the best one. When you are pushing the cable through this hole, don't try to find the hole for your housing, the exit from the shifter, but rather try to almost close the lever, and then your cable will find the way out. It may not go through the other exit right away, but if you just be patient, it will go, and then you won't bend, you won't break your cable, and the cable will be through. So that was the comparison of both shifters, 6800, 6600. If you do use one of these or both, just let us know what do you think about them, and I will definitely be riding on them a lot on my Cannondale Cat 10, and I'll be telling you how the shifting goes. Of course, the difference between those two is also 2x10, 2x11. So I don't want to have 2x11. I want to have 2x10 because it's easier to adjust and just, in my opinion, more precise on the 10-speed cassette. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon in another video. Bye bye.